How difficult was it? Because at the beginning of the season you were flip-flopping a lot with Simon Mignolet. Is it difficult to get a run together or to really progress when you have to do that?
Yeah, it wasn't easy, of course. I knew after the first season where I had the injury, then went back in, played a few games, went back out, then Simon did well and the team qualified for the Champions League, so I knew there was a possibility that maybe in the beginning he would start again in the league or whatever, so I just worked hard in training really, and then the games I had, I tried to be at my best, because you can't really change that. All you can do is just look at yourself and try to perform well. So it's not easy for a keeper to come in, come out, but that was the situation, and you have to take it as it is, really. So I'm happy I got the Champions League back then, at least. I think that's not very usual either, that you just split the competition up. So there was also a positive side, I think.
All right, let's talk about Jurgen Klopp, because he brought you in 2016 from a team that he used to play for. Do you think that had a connection for him?
I don't think so. Maybe the one difference is, as a German manager, you maybe look at the German league more than maybe an English manager. I don't know, because that's where he came from. Yeah, the biggest difference is probably that he knows the league very well and watches it really closely. So maybe that helped, yeah.
Busy couple of weeks for you coming up, and an important couple of weeks in the Premier League. When you focus on Crystal Palace, a team that are in this relegation dogfight, it makes the team quite dangerous, doesn't it, when they're fighting for survival?
Of course, I think in general there's no game really in the Premier League where you say, oh, that's an easy one. So sometimes we made it look easy maybe by how good we were on that day. So we're going to go on the game 100% focused. We know what Crystal Palace is good at, what they can do. I think last year there was a game there with up and downs, but we won it, so the main target is to win the game. But it's going to be difficult, of course. It's not an easy place to go to. It's an away game and they fight for relegation, so they'll be at 100%. That's what we have to do, be at 100%, and I think we can get 3 points.
And on the European stage, you're coming up against Manchester City, a team that not many people will know you actually know well, because that was the first Premier League team that you played for when you were a youngster. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, for 2 years. When I was 16, I went over there till I was 18. Yeah, it was a great time, a great experience in a new country for a club like this. Played for the under-18s and the reserves, and was training every day with the first team, really, with Joe Hart, who was a great guy who helped me a lot back then. Great role model. So I don't really regret anything. It was a great experience, but then I made a decision that I want to play first team football regularly, and it was quite difficult for a young player, especially as a goalkeeper. So I thought I have to take a little step back to a bit smaller club, but as long as I see the chance to play there and progress as a young player, and then move on to a bigger club in the future, hopefully, and that's what happened, so it worked out well.
What would make this season successful for Liverpool?
Success would be Champions League, qualification in the top 4, but yeah, the icing on the cake would be a trophy, of course, but yeah, like I said, it's very difficult, but I think as a professional athlete, a football player, if you're in this competition and if you're that far, if you don't want to win it, then something's wrong with you. So, of course, everyone has that dream, but it's a lot of work, so we'll see.